The autumn sun had just begun to dip, casting a golden glow across the quiet suburban street where Jake knelt beside a rusted sedan. His hands were steady, calloused from years of carpentry, but his heart carried the constant weight of responsibility. At 34, Jake was not just a father, he was the entire world for his 7-year-old daughter Lily. Every nail he hammered, every board he cut, every late-night shift he endured was for her. Lily sat on the porch steps of their small house, clutching her worn-out stuffed rabbit, her legs swinging in rhythm with the fading light. Her father's resilience was her bedtime story, though she didn't fully understand it yet. All she knew was that Daddy always fixed things, broken chairs, squeaky doors, even the sadness that sometimes crept into her dreams. But on that evening, their quiet routine was interrupted by the sharp sound of a car engine sputtering, followed by silence. Just a few yards down the street, a sleek black SUV had come to a halt, its hood slightly ajar, steam curling upward like a sigh of defeat. A woman stepped out, her heels clicking against the pavement, her tailored coat cinched tightly against the breeze. She was striking, not in the glamorous way of movie stars, but in the polished confidence of someone used to being in control. She frowned at the hood, then at her phone, clearly frustrated. That was Alexandra Winters, though neither Jake nor Lily knew it yet, the CEO of a successful real estate company, a woman whose face appeared in magazines and whose name often echoed in boardrooms. To them, she was simply a stranger stranded in the wrong neighborhood. Jake glanced at Lily. "Stay here, sweetheart," he said, wiping his hands on a rag before walking toward the SUV. Alexandra looked up, surprise flickering across her face as this man in worn jeans and a faded flannel shirt approached. His presence was steady, unhurried, the kind of calm that felt foreign in her high-paced world. "Car trouble?" Jake asked, his voice low but warm. She sighed. "It just died on me. I was heading to a meeting but now." She gestured helplessly. "Mind if I take a look?" She hesitated, then nodded. "Please. I don't know the first thing about cars." Jake popped the hood, his hands moving with practiced ease. Alexandra stood beside him, arms crossed, watching as he tinkered with wires and checked fluids. He explained softly what he was doing, not to impress her, but because that was his way, teaching, sharing, making sense of things out loud. Lily, unable to contain her curiosity, trotted over, her rabbit clutched tight. "Daddy fixes everything," she announced proudly, her big brown eyes studying Alexandra with innocent wonder. Alexandra's lips curved into the faintest smile. "Is that so?" "Yes," Lily said seriously. "Even makes the best pancakes. Better than anyone." Jake chuckled under the hood. That's high praise coming from the pancake queen. It was such a simple exchange, yet it softened the air around them. Alexandra knelt down to Lily's level, her polished exterior cracking just enough to reveal warmth. "Pancakes are my favorite too," she whispered conspiratorially. Lily's eyes widened, as though she'd just found a kindred spirit. She leaned closer and, with the blunt honesty of a child, asked, "Do you have kids?" The question caught Alexandra off guard. For a moment her confident facade faltered. "No," she said quietly, a shadow passing through her gaze. "I don't." Lily tilted her head, processing this answer with a kind of seriousness only children possess. Then as Jake tightened the last bolt and the engine coughed back to life, Lily looked up at Alexandra and asked the words that made time pause. "Can she be my mommy?" The street fell silent, save for the soft hum of the revived engine. Jake froze, his wrench slipping slightly in his grip. He turned, eyes wide, searching Alexandra's face for a reaction. Alexandra's breath caught. For someone used to boardroom negotiations, multi-million-dollar deals, and decisive choices, she found herself speechless before a 7-year-old's innocent plea. Her heart, long guarded by ambition and success, trembled in ways she hadn't felt in years. Jake crouched beside his daughter, his voice gentle. "Lily, that's not how it works, sweetheart." "But why?" Lily asked, her tone earnest, her gaze locked on Alexandra. "She's nice. And she smiled at me." "You smile when you like someone, right?" The simplicity of the child's reasoning was disarming. Alexandra blinked back the sting of unexpected tears. She wanted to explain. To tell the little girl about her lonely penthouse nights, her silent dinners, her success that felt like a gilded cage, but the words stuck in her throat. Instead, Jake stepped in. "Say thank you to the nice lady for letting Daddy help with her car." Lily pouted but obeyed. "Thank you." Alexandra knelt again, brushing a strand of hair from Lily's cheek. "No thank you, sweetheart. You made my evening brighter." Jake closed the hood, nodding. "You should be good to go now. Just be careful, the battery's weak, might need replacing soon." Alexandra straightened, her usual composure slipping back into place, though her eyes lingered on Jake a moment longer than necessary. "I owe you," she said. "You don't," Jake replied. "Just glad I could help." But as Alexandra slipped back into her SUV, her gaze caught Lily's once more. The child waved, her rabbit bouncing with the gesture. Alexandra waved back, something stirring deep within her. a longing she hadn't dared acknowledge. As the SUV pulled away, Jake scooped Lily into his arms. "You can't just ask strangers to be your mommy," he said softly, though his voice carried no anger. "I know," Lily murmured against his shoulder. "But she looked like she needed us too." Jake's steps slowed. He pressed a kiss to her hair, shaken by how true her words felt. He tried to brush it off, but that night, long after Lily had fallen asleep, Alexandra's face lingered in his thoughts. And across town, in a penthouse filled with silence, Alexandra couldn't forget the warmth of a small girl's eyes. Or the man who carried the weight of the world with such quiet strength. Both carried lives shaped by loss and longing. Both had walls built high. Yet in that fleeting encounter, something had shifted, something fragile, but undeniable. And neither of them could have known then that fate wasn't done weaving their story. The next morning, Jake brewed coffee in the small kitchen while Lily hummed a tune at the table, drawing with her crayons. He told himself the chance meeting was over, that people like Alexandra Winters didn't circle back into lives like theirs. But when Lily lifted her picture proudly, his heart stumbled. She had drawn 3 figures, herself, Jake, and a tall woman with long hair standing beside them, holding hands. Above their heads she had scrawled, in careful block letters, "Family." Jake tried to laugh it off, yet something inside him tightened. Children, he realized, had a way of seeing truths adults buried beneath caution. Across the city Alexandra sat in her office, surrounded by glass walls and endless phone calls, but her mind was elsewhere. For years she had thought success meant sacrifice, that love and family were luxuries she could not afford. Yet a little girl's question had cracked open the armor she wore. For the first time in forever, Alexandra wondered if fate was giving her another kind of deal, one she could not negotiate with contracts or wealth, one that could only be signed with her heart.